Joining me in the Room podcast to talk about his fight at CES 67 on April 1st is the Gorilla Ninja, Pat Casey.
How's it going, Steve?
It's
Good to be here. Always good to talk to you.
Yeah, it's been a while, my friend.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, I think the last time we talked, man, it's been a journey after that and during it, man. Let's talk a little bit about it, man. You had a couple of fights for Bellator, a couple of other fights for local regional promotions, come away with a couple of wins there, and here you are back at CES, man. Let's talk about the ride.
Yeah, the fights during COVID were really weird. They kind of came out of, some of them were very short notice. They kind of came out of nowhere. It was a very confusing time. I didn't know when I was going to fight again. The training, especially where I'm from, gyms weren't really open during COVID. So I kind of had to scrap together to train where I could. And, unfortunately, I probably fought two of my best opponents I've ever fought during that time with pretty bad training camps. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm happy I took those fights, had the opportunity to fight. I made some damn good money, so that's always good. So, yeah, and then bouncing back when things started to open up a little more, I kind of got more time to, put a real camp together, and I bounced back with 2 wins. And that's, to me, MMA is a crazy freaking up and down wild ride anyway. So I just try to stay, the same, whether wins, losses, ups and downs. It's going to be a wild ride no matter what. So I just kind of stay focused and stay at it. And, years later, I'm still here. I'm still fighting, still doing my thing.
Still doing it, man. Two submission finishes in your last couple of fights, man. A bunch of finishes in your career, in your pro career, man. Never mind your amateur career leading up to that, man. In this time, dude, did you get married during this time? Buy a house? Like a bunch of stuff going on with you
Yeah.
during this these last 3 years or so.
Yeah, I did a lot. I got married on my 30th birthday. That was back in 2020, and then I bought my house in May of 2021. So yeah, a lot of things happened. It was a weird time. COVID was obviously weird for everyone. The fights I fought during that period weren't successful, but like I said, I made good money, so that helped me buy a house. So I can't complain about that. So life-wise, life is great. It was weird, but it was great things did happen during that period for me. So. Career, my life's always good. My home life, my family life, that's always most important. My kids, my wife. So no matter what's going on in MMA, the ups and downs are always by my side, and you always have them to, fall back. And that's really what's most important to me.
Excellent, my man. Well, and there was a couple of fights for Bellator. Like you said, you took on some really beasts there, and you were taking fights when other guys were just waiting it out, man. You didn't wait. Like you said, just hanging around, man. Get the fights, get going, and you didn't miss a beat, man. Jump right back into 2021, get a couple of local fights in the jungle, man. Basically, in your backyard, you had a couple of fights, in front of the home crowd, man. How did that feel to get back there and be able to perform in front of those guys and ladies?
It's always great to fight in Springfield, the area around Springfield. I mean, I have a huge following here. Ever since an amateur, I've been fighting here a lot. Always bring a huge crowd. It's always an exciting, event for the city. So it was great to, after, no shows going on in the area, it was great to come back and, get the wins here in front of all my fans. And that was definitely something I was happy to do.
Excellent. Well, the announcement, you fighting at CES again, man. Last time you fought there, you had a grinding win, a great performance there for them at Twin Rivers. Now, dude, they're at the Connecticut Convention Center, CES 67. How far is that from, your backyard?
It's not too far, half an hour maybe.
Oh.
So I'm expecting a big crowd there. It's not right down the street, but it's, damn near. So we'll still have a great crowd there. It's a good venue for me to fight. It's, not in the backyard, but the next street over.
Hey man, they have to travel now, man. They basically went a couple of blocks to see you fight the couple of,
Yeah.
last couple of times. Well, at CES, man, not only, if they can't make it, there's going to be Fight Pass. You're going to be on that portion, man. How excited are you to get back for CES? You know they are a real key to getting fighters to the next level. Pat, you got a couple of wins. Your record's 8-4. A lot of finishes in there, man. Another win against a quality opponent that we'll talk about in a couple of minutes, man. I'll get you right back on the map as far as the higher level, man. How excited are you to get in there and be able to perform and fight for CS again?
And I'm very, very excited to fight for CS. They are probably, if you see the guys from New England that get to the UFC or get to big promotions, they generally go through CES at some point. So they're one of the, better promotions in the area for like the regional promotions. You know, I enjoyed when I fought for them before. They're close, like you said. Hartford's not far away, so I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to potentially fight for them more after this one, and could be a good place for me to do a few fights. Definitely.
Definitely, my man. Well, the guy you're fighting is Amos Guyton, dude. We know him a little in CES. His pro debut was against a real regional prospect in Tommy Lee Davis. He TKO knocked out Tommy in Tommy's backyard at CES. The kid, has all finishes in his 5-2 record. He's coming off a loss, his last fight, I do believe in January, a unanimous decision loss. But he's got 3 wins out of his last 4 fights. How you thinking about this opponent, man? And, those 2 guys that you fought in Bellator, man, veterans and great records. Man, you're fighting a young kid here with a really good record and a 100% finishing rate, man. How you feel about this matchup?
He's a good opponent. He seems pretty well versed everywhere. He's pretty athletic. At this point in my career, I don't have no business fighting people that aren't good. I've fought people from all over the country in Bellator. I've fought for different promotions. I'm 8-4, like you said. I'm not one of the guys. There's a lot of guys who will try to get this 7-0, 8-0, 9-0, fighting absolutely nobody's. No offense, but I get the game, but that doesn't help. When you get to the next level, it's not going to help you when you get to a higher level. So I've always tried to, I got some, lesser opponents on my resume too, but I've always tried to challenge myself and fight guys that will push me, and at this stage in my career, I've been a pro for, I don't know, 4 years or whatever it is. I got 12 pro fights, 5 Bellator fights. I have no business fighting people that, aren't reputable fighters.
Yeah, and we didn't speak about them other fights in Bellator, wins there as far as, fighting for them, man. Dude, yes, man, going to be a great card. There's going to be a lot of, fighters from your area, from the Connecticut area that are going to be all over this card, dude. As far as this fight, what are we expecting to see from you, Pat? Your last 2 fights, submission wins. You're going to be fighting, for CES, you want to put on a great performance for them, man. What do we expect to see out of the Gorilla Ninja on April 1st?
Well, there's, anytime I fight, it's probably going to be an explosive fight. I have 8 wins and 5 of them are first round finishes, so that's always a possibility. But I've gone the distance and grinded fights out as well. I like to try to pride myself to be a fighter who can really do anything. You know what I mean? Take the fight how it goes. You don't know till you get in there with the guy and you feel his power, or you feel his wrestling, and then you might have a game plan and it might change. I didn't necessarily think I was gonna get 2 submissions my last fight. I thought maybe it would be a knockout, and they turned to be submissions. So you never really know. You go in with a game plan, and then when you go in there and feel it out, and you gotta be able to react and change. So I'm just preparing, like I always do, for everything: the grappling, the striking exchanges, and I'll take the fight where I feel it should go while I'm in there.
Excellent. Well, last question before I let you give your shout outs. Still tickets to sell. There's going to be Fight Pass. People want to join that. You got to be able to be on the other side of the coin there, Pat, not too long ago, maybe a week ago. You had a cousin there come out of the woodwork,
Yes.
fight at Ammo Fight Leagues, a place that we're very familiar with in your backyard. And your cousin basically guillotine choked some dude, took him off the ground a couple of feet, and basically took his head home with him, man.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like? Another Casey in the bunch making waves in MMA.
Yeah, it was a weird feeling being on the other side of it. He's always been around me my whole career. He's always helped me out, and everything was the opposite. I was bringing him to weigh-ins, I was helping him cut weight, so it was a weird feeling. It was more nerve-wracking, honestly, than fighting myself, watching him fight. But like you said, he performed. He put a lot of pressure on himself because he talked a lot of shit like he always does. But he did it. I was very proud of him because he did prepare properly. He put the work in. He made the walk with a lot of people there supporting him, and he delivered. At the end of the day, he did what he said he was going to do, and I'm very proud of him. Proud he can continue on the KC tradition of first round finishes and big ticket sales. So, look forward to him doing it more.
Excellent, my man. Well, dude, he'll be leading the jungle come April 1st, man, at the Connecticut Convention Center. Last thing, I know you got a ton of support. I don't know if you can name them all, but shout out anyone you want to shout out to. We got a couple of more weeks until this fight. Sponsors, anything you want to say, Pat, and I'll let you get going and enjoy your night.
Yeah, well, definitely all my training partners and coaches at Grit and Gratitude Wrestling Academy, or Grizzlies Wrestling, as some people call it. It's a great team. Everyone here back in Springfield, the whole Western Mass area, they've been supporting me since my first fight, freaking in the Hoopie as an amateur. So they've been with me. It's been a great journey. And my family is always very supportive. So all my coaches, everyone that's been with me from the beginning, you guys at New England MMA always do a great job, and not only promoting the fighters but helping them get opportunities. So thank you guys. Thank the whole New England MMA community for always supporting us and giving us opportunity to speak and show what we can do. And I'm just, at this point, I'm just ready to get it on and put on a performance.
Excellent, my man. Well, can't wait to see you perform. We'll be there. We'll be cage side or as close cage side they'll let us to watch this this great night. Definitely get a word with you after the fights, my man. We'll be running around there. But, a couple of weeks out, bro, you have a great rest of the training camp. Can't wait to see you on April 1st, Friday at that Connecticut Convention Center, my man.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Steve. I'll see you then.
All right, bro.